Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirt and gritty.
There's no way I can hear that song and not think of Die Hard with a Vengeance. That's unanimous, right? That's pretty much the entire world also? Yeah, I thought so. Die Hard with a Vengeance. So Die Hard with a Vengeance is the third Die Hard movie, and to me, I think it's a really good return to form. Great one, actually. It's directed by the guy who directed Die Hard 1, and whereas Die Hard 2 was bigger but not better, Die Hard with a Vengeance is bigger. Not saying it's better than Die Hard because it's not, but it is still great. This broke some ground for the Die Hard movies, you know? Instead of being locked in one location, John McClane is all over New York City. And this review is going to be totally spoiler heavy. There's no real way to talk about Die Hard with a Vengeance without ruining some of the plot points. Just the way it is. It's the way the movie is constructed. You know, in Die Hard 2, I was like, what are the odds of the same thing happening to the same guy twice? In Die Hard with a Vengeance, there is actually a story-based reason for it. The bad guy in this movie is played by Jeremy Irons, and he plays Simon Peter Gruber. Yep, Hans Gruber's brother, the brother of Mr. Detonatos. So you know that shit is business, and he's a little more than pissed off at John McClane, so he's gonna mess with him before he kills him. Yeah, he has his broad scheme going on also, but killing John McClane, as he says, it's one of life's little bonuses. And he really makes McClane squirm too. He has to go around to all these locations and solve a riddle on a phone, or a riddle that's a bomb, or the first thing he does to haze him is he makes John McClane stand in the middle of Harlem with a sign around his neck. Yeah, and don't get pissed at me. I didn't make the sign. He makes him stand in the middle of Harlem with a sign around his neck. Yeah, not good. Not good to be that guy. I gotta say, of all the hazing that I've seen, of all the lunatics in movies that mess with some cop or some person, that is the thing I would want to do the least. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll be Colin Hanks sitting in a thing of water that becomes acid, no problem whatsoever. Standing in Harlem with that sign? No, not doing it. Nope. And then they break more ground by giving John McClane a partner. Not really a partner because he's not a cop, he's a Samaritan, but it's Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson before he was Samuel L. Jackson. At this point, he was just the hold on to your butts guy from Jurassic Park. And Samuel L. Jackson's pretty intolerant, he's really sarcastic. He's pretty much like black John McClane who's not a cop. Who doesn't like white people? You know how George Bush doesn't care about black people? Yeah, Zeus doesn't care about white people, but we're fine with it. He's cool. It's Samuel L. Jackson. He can be the biggest racist against white people person ever, and we're like, yeah, but it's Sam Jackson. So these two are just on a wild goose chase through this entire movie, and John McClane is trying to figure out what's what. Meanwhile, Simon Gruber is just messing with him before he kills him. This dude's a dude with a plan too. He's a really good villain because the guy's just really smart. Die Hard movies being Die Hard movies, every Die Hard movie has that, all right, suspend disbelief kind of shit going on. This bomb goes off, the alarms in his treasury are just out of whack, then all these big dump trucks show up, and this guy's like, hi, the mayor told us to come on over. This cop's like, well, you know, if the mayor said, then cool, come on in. Don't need paperwork? Don't want to, okay, well, I guess so. I guess nowadays it's because everyone's all paranoid about shit like that. Back in the mid-90s, it was like, come on in, steal shit. You're not gonna steal shit because you said you weren't going to. This is New York, after all, the land of peace. But this movie's hardcore. One of the coolest scenes in the entire movie is the elevator scene where McClane just wipes out a bunch of guys, and that last shot, just blood and brain just goes everywhere. There's that morbid side of me who's like, yes, it is indeed Die Hard with a Vengeance. The ending's a little weird for me. It's like they made the movie for Simon Gruber to get away in the end, and I think that would be awesome. I wanted to see Simon Gruber get away. But it's like when they made the movie, they were like, nah, he needs to go down. So the bottom of an aspirin bottle totally blows the whistle on the entire thing. John McClane shows up to Simon Gruber's place where he has all his gold. Then he shoots Simon Gruber's helicopter out of the air, crashes on the ground, end credits, done. It's like a peninsula of a movie with a little island at the tip. Could you imagine an ending where Simon Gruber gets away? That would be awesome. John McClane's like, shit, the brother of Hans Gruber got me in the end. He didn't kill me, but he did win. Maybe I'm a sucker for villains who win, but that would be a really good opportunity to have a villain who won against John McClane. Especially since the ending could probably be phantom edited out. So Die Hard with a Vengeance is bigger. John McClane's in an entire city now. The villain is awesome. He's really smart. He's the brother of the main villain in Die Hard 1. Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson have awesome chemistry on screen. I will say Die Hard with a Vengeance I would buy and did buy on Blu-ray. Not quite as good as Die Hard 1, but really good. It's like the true Die Hard sequel for me. Alright, so who is a villain that you want to see win or would want to see win? Whoever he is or she is, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.